Organized DoorDash drivers hashtag decline now strategy is driving up their pay. So, using a loophole in an old Android version of DoorDash, more than 26,000 DoorDash drivers are collectively declining cheap orders to make more money on the platform. DoorDash will probably plug that hole, right? But I love the thinking. I love the fact that 26,000 people are working together using their smarts, driving up their pay. The same should be done by Uber drivers, Uber Eats drivers. You cannot accept these little onesies and twosies, right? We should all work together like these 26,000. They've showed us that it can be done, and we drive up the pay, right? That famous saying that I said, well, famous, but I said we don't haul for 4. At 5 we drive, right? So under 4 we completely ignore. You should not be accepting $2, $3 little delivery fees or rideshare fees. Unacceptable. So if we could all work together and just simply decline, they're at our mercy. They really are. Because what are they going to do? Are they going to threaten you that they're going to deactivate you? If everyone does it, they have to keep you on board. They have to keep going. They have to make money, especially now, right? So I want to go through this article and then help spread this hashtag decline now. Maybe we can come up with some good ones for Uber, for Lyft, for Uber Eats. But this should be the general thinking. Listen, drivers are so street smart, right? We always seem to be able to outsmart the apps, the algorithms. And I'm super proud of these 26,000 DoorDash drivers. Tony Zhu, their CEO, known for stealing their tips, right? He is a piece of beep, 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 beep. You fill in the gaps. But anyway, Tony, you're not going to control these 26,000 people. DoorDash delivery drivers on a Facebook group with more than 26,000 members are working together to decline low-paying orders, a move they say is significantly driving up their average pay per order. Love it. Over the past few years, DoorDash drivers have adopted a wide variety of strategies to earn a living on the platform. And I want to add to this that, several months ago, this is exactly what I was preaching. I've been actually more than several months ago, again and again and again. So you have to work together and drive the prices up. If you look at my videos, right, under 4 we ignore, at 5 we drive, which means anything 2, 3, or 4 we don't even look at it. We don't accept it. And by doing that, we either leave the people stranded and they have to come up with a better offer before we go and pick up these people, right? Before you go out and deliver the food. So we have to adopt this type of thinking and work together. The key word here is working together in the numbers to pressurize these companies. Over the past few years, DoorDash drivers have adopted a wide variety of strategies to earn a living on the platform. Some drivers simply accept every order, while others evaluate strictly on a per mile basis, right? Doing the calculations, is this worth it? One group may refuse to take trips with no tip, while others hew to strategies that refuse orders below a certain minimum. Trips that can't satisfy a certain level of expenses or pursue a combination of multiple selective criteria to increase pay themselves. The hashtag decline now strategy is aimed at pushing base pay for drivers up by collectively gaming the DoorDash's app's algorithm, by exercising their right to choose which deliveries to accept on the platform. Now, once you've heard the strategy, I hope this 26,000 DoorDashers jumps to 75,000, so we can even put more relentless pressure on them. And then the others have to follow suit, right? Uber drivers have to start declining those little Mickey Mouse trips. So if we do it together, they are forced to offer us more before we take that trip. The fundamental principles of the official Decline Now movement rely upon all drivers in the movement to exercise their right to use the decline button to decline lowball offers for higher, more feasible ones, reads a pinned post on the main Facebook group. Declining lowball offers forces the algorithm to raise the base pay up on the declined offer for the next driver as the need for DoorDash to service the order increases. I've been saying this for a long time, folks. The only way you get to drive up those fees. In turn, Dashers will see an increase in higher paying offers, many times doing less deliveries for more money and much higher paying per mile rate. Thank you. The hashtag decline now strategy has a couple of moving parts. One part involves a relatively simple Android-only application called Drivers Utility Helper, created by Middleton Technologies, that helps automate some of the mental calculations and guesses necessary to make a call on whether some order is worth accepting or not. It's fantastic. Another part involves the DoorDash's platform itself and cheap Android phones. And if you remember the other video that I made yesterday about Uber Cheats, which they started in August 2020 and then Uber shut it down. Why did they shut it down? Because it was showing people how Uber was literally cheating delivery people, right, out of the mileage rates. DoorDash's guarantees to pay at least half of an order total if a driver shows up and it's cancelled, but it doesn't actually show the full total in order to avoid paying more in the event of a cancellation. As a result, there's often what drivers refer to as a hidden tip, where you may accept an order for $13, for example, but upon completion, see you were paid $20 with a note reading total is higher than the $13 shown on acceptance. To see this hidden tip, before accepting a delivery, drivers use an old version of the DoorDash's app on Android and their main phone's internet hotspot. Once a driver obtains an old version of the app and loads it onto their phone, they must go through a complex sequence every time they use the app. First, they must disable Google Play. It's just sad that they're really educating DoorDash how to plug these holes now. So this part should not have been shared by Vice.com. And that's, this journalist, as good as the article is, they're basically showing them how we make more money, and it's wrong. It shouldn't have been shared. First, they must disable Google Play, open the app and sign in, and re-enable Google Play. Then they can use the home screen app widget to access a screen that reveals the full order total, including any hidden tips. With the information provided through this method, #decline now, drivers say they are in better position to selectively accept orders and ensure they earn the most amount of money while reducing the number of expenses they're responsible for thanks to misclassification, e.g. vehicle maintenance, taxes, healthcare. DoorDash has seemingly acknowledged the reality that drivers try to get as much out of the app as they can in its own emails to Dashers. In a November 2019 email announcing to drivers that it was introducing a new pay model rollout that would stop stealing driver tips, the company stated that it would only display minimum earnings for each delivery on the acceptance screen versus the total to promote fairness across the platform and ensure that more Dashers have opportunities to receive high-value deliveries. Since rolling out its new pay model in 2019, drivers have pointed out that selectively choosing orders was how they survived, and named these changes as clear attempts to undermine selective choosing of orders. When placing an order, customer selects their tip amount. A DoorDash spokesman said in a statement, before accepting or declining an order, Dashers see a guaranteed minimum amount they will earn. And after they complete an order, they see the full pay breakdown for that delivery in their app, including base pay, promotions, and 100% of their tips. We are proud of the flexible earning opportunity DoorDash provides and always welcome feedback from Dashers on ways we can better serve them. There are, however, those who take issue with elements of the #decline now strategy. An analysis by gig worker Amy Lee, who runs a blog named Pavement Grinders, collects and summarizes the major concerns with the hashtag Decline Now strategy, centering mainly on whether it is as universal as it claims. Lee points out that hashtag Decline Now factors in the IRS standard deduction of 57.5 cents per mile when setting rates, but not everyone has the same fuel and maintenance costs. Different markets also have different rates and order expectations, and as a result being expected to follow the same rules across the board, no matter your cost of living or number of orders available, makes little sense. One of the hashtag Decline Now strategy's core rules, for example, is to refuse every order below a $7 minimum. I like that. So my understanding is that the $7 minimum is sort of a universal wage floor of sorts. People are also encouraged to establish their own standards that might be higher and adjust standards according to the parameters of an order. One driver in the Facebook group told Motherboard, a $7 order that is 2 miles might be acceptable, while a $7 order that is 10 miles would probably fall under acceptable thresholds. According to Lee, these concerns aside, selectively declining orders simply works. In her blog, she shares results from an experiment carried out by Facebook page of drivers where one group selectively declined orders while another accepted every order offered by DoorDash. The results were stark. Drivers who accepted everything on average earned 68 cents per mile and a gross hourly wage of $12.41 for a little over 9 hours. Drivers who selectively declined orders earned $1.26 per mile, earning gross hourly wage of $21.15 for just over 9 hours of work. So there you go. The proof is right there, right? For drivers who accept every order, this sub-minimum rate is despite likely qualifying for the Top Dasher program, where accepting over 70% of orders, completing at least 95% of orders, and other criteria give drivers rewards such as the ability to work even during high demand times when the app limits the number of drivers and prioritization for new orders. Lee has advocated in an open letter to DoorDash her own suggestions and remedies for making delivery work more livable and sustainable for herself and other drivers. She says that Uber's pay structure, which considers time and mileage to be adopted, a flat guaranteed rate that is built on by the ride itself, and a tipping system similar to Grubhub that defaults to a higher amount for drivers, more meaningful rewards for drivers who try to become top dashers by accepting nearly every order, and an overall of the rating system to prioritize feedback and improvement instead of discipline and punishment. Great points. The point at the core of the hashtag Decline Now movement is DoorDash's pay model is insufficient. So drivers have to spend a significant amount of time experimenting with and learning new methods to augment it so that they can actually earn money, right? We're good at that. But it would be even better at that if we all work together. This tension between DoorDash's need for profit at any cost and DoorDash's drivers as workers who are consistently underpaid is not going anywhere. And again, I want to add to that, especially during these pandemic times where we're not getting essential pay. The gig economy's fundamental business model is incompatible with adequately providing for workers who are viewed as a labor cost that must be minimized on the path to profitability, leaving drivers to fend for themselves and craft strategies to put food on the table. Great piece of work. Now, shout out to my sponsor, Cover, K-O-V-E-R, the Gig Protection Plan. Beneath this video, you will find a link. You get 1 month free from me. These packages start at $7 a month. You can click on the link, find out what all the benefits and perks are of this gig protection plan. The one that really sticks out, the one that I like the most, the one that I promote the most is the legal protection. If any of these companies in this picture deactivate you or wrongfully terminate you, out go the legal letters from Legal Rideshare, their partner, to get you back behind the wheel. Have a great day. Thank you, DoorDashers. Thank you to those 26,000 DoorDashers for showing us how it can be done. I would like to see the rest of the industry work together like those 26,000 people. Thank you.